It's been a while since I've been able to get an entry into the Diary of a Cinephile out, just because I've been watching a lot of stuff, listening to a lot of stuff, trying to keep up to date with my videos, working on bigger videos for the channel, and these are sort of like in the same realm of my reaction videos where I kind of just like to sit unscripted and just pour my unfiltered heart out. And this one kind of hits home a little bit because I find myself at a tug of war with whether or not I really do like it. And I feel like I do, but there's just something about it that just makes me feel weird. Like, it makes me say, who is this for? Like, who was this exactly made for? And then I kind of retreat back and I go, oh, like, this is kind of the root of it all in some extent. So I'm talking about the show Bad Thoughts. Now, Bad Thoughts is the first kind of television show that's been created by Tom Segura. Now, I've been a fan of Tom Segura ever since his first special, which was called Completely Normal. He was very dry on stage, but the stories, how he presented them, how he delivered jokes, the jokes he was saying, there was a quality to what he was putting out there. And it was just different. And there was something about him that I gravitated towards, that I followed his stand-ups all the way through the years. And I watch a little bit of the Your Mom's House podcast, and I see just about everything that he puts out there, clips on YouTube and Two Bears, One Cave. I do love him, and I love his comedy, and I appreciate him for the creative that he is. And I thought, oh, Bad Thoughts, what is this? So apparently it's a skit show of his, and it's a skit show that's sort of just based on his thoughts, I guess, to some extent. But now, I don't want to say that it drives me away from it, even though I am a fan. There are just some parts of it that I just was not, like, I really did sit there and I go, this is, like, I don't want to watch this. But then there were parts that are completely, like, they're hysterical. I don't even know what are the words to say. They're hysterical. Like, the whole bit of him in the coffee shop, fucking amazing. Like, I don't even go to those coffee shops. I don't drink coffee at all, but I know that that's a thing that people go through, and that's probably a thought that everyone's had in their head. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Then there's ones like the assassin, which I think is one of the first bits that he goes into where, oh, an assassin screws up, or somebody who really shouldn't be an assassin screws up. And then it's funny because he messes up and he shoots the wrong person, so he doesn't nail the target, and he's talking to the people on the other end. And then he just shits himself, which feels like a little, like, it goes a little too far. Like, it pushed that joke a little too far. And maybe if it didn't, like, let's say, like, I actually do find it funny saying it out loud, but it's not just that he shits himself. It's that he shits himself and they drag it out so much, like he's got to take his pants off, and then he goes down into the street and he's naked in the street with shit running down his legs. There's just a point where if you stopped, it still would have been just as funny. And I know there's a large portion of his fans that kind of saw that and just loved every second of it. By all means, I get it. I just was not there thinking that that would be like a level that it was going to be taken to. Now, granted, he's got free range. You know, this is his show, so he can kind of do what he wants, and everything's been greenlit to some extent, which is why it's even out there to begin with. There's a few bits that are on that level, again, like the taking it too far, I guess. Then there's repeating bits that I thought, like, after, like, the third time it comes up, it's like, that's pretty funny. Like, the whole bit of him being the IT guy, and the only person that's able to point him out is Robert Illier, and nobody believes him, and then he winds up going to make this game where he's then continuously assaulted by aliens, and then he discovers that he's in the game, and then he goes and he finds him, and he's like this, you know, guru because the game became so successful that he's like, did you really make a game just because I did this? I didn't leave you a piece of cake? And he's like, no, I didn't. Come downstairs. Like, that's hysterical. The ability to just tell that story in three separate parts and to not be expecting the next part over, or for there to be a connection at all, is really funny. And then there's bits like the one with his son doing the show and tell, and it's all been kind of focused on his grandfather and his time in Nam, and they're just sitting there and they're like mortified. It's hysterical. It's hysterical. There's a lot of hilarious bits in this. And then there's like the one where he's the janitor and he speaks Spanish and it's black and white and it's supposed to be like a play on like, I guess like Patch Adams in some extent. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really 100% amused by that. I really didn't have anything like wrong with it that I felt offended by. It was just like, I don't know. I felt like Tom Segura might have been above a joke like that. Like it seems like, all right, yeah, make the joke, but it's not something new to me, I feel like. And there's a lot of sexuality in the show in and of itself. You know, it's the idea of the assault by the alien, the janitor bit, the bit later on where he gets dumped by his date and then he goes and finds this really hot girl who will only sleep with him if he first sleeps with his twin and her twin is on her back and it's just Tom Segura's face, just really gruesome. Like, there's a lot of sexuality in it, and I stopped myself and I went, I don't get who these jokes are for, because I don't feel like they're jokes for Tom Segura fans. And then I just so happened, now again, I watched this a few weeks ago, so a lot of it is still kind of blurry to me, but I found my way back to some of his older bits within the last few days, which is why I wanted to sit down and talk about it. And yeah, like his comedy has always been very sexualized. Like, one of my favorite bits from the first one is when he talks about how funny it is to stay at a hotel room.
I absolutely ruin hotel rooms. Like, if you stay in a hotel room after I stay there, shit is gonna itch on you, okay? Just being honest.
And it's very interesting to me to look at that and go, oh yeah, that's right. Like, there is a sort of over-sexualized version of his comedy that I do find funny, but for some reason, I just didn't find some of those bits funny. So this is kind of a hit or miss show for me, and I'm hoping he gets another season. A lot of the reviews for it sit at around, Rotten Tomatoes is 54, IMDb is 6.2, Google users 3.1, 51% of people like this TV show. It's got enough to make it kind of mid-range, and I'm hoping... Let me see for a second. Did this get renewed at all? Yeah, there we go. In June 2025, the series was renewed for a second season. So I will definitely be looking forward to a second season. It's just, I now know what to expect. And I hope he does a little bit more of what he did in this one. But I also do hope it kind of gets toned back a little. I hope he kind of accentuates more on the multiple bits. I think the multiple bits are hysterical. Oh, and I have to mention that whole bit he's got where he's basically Garth Brooks. That's an inside joke to any of the Your Mom's House fans. That's been a running bit for years. And if you watched it and you didn't get that joke, then you don't watch anything about his podcast. That's basically all talking about how he believes that Garth is secretly hiding bodies, and he started this whole chain of where's the bodies, Garth. It's hysterical, and the fact that he just went out and just made a bit that's basically that joke, amazing. It's amazing. This has a lot of amazing qualities to it. There were just some things that stopped me in my tracks, and I went, I really just don't understand why he went this route, and I had to return to the roots of his comedy and to the roots of why I actually follow him as a creator, and now I get it. Now I get it. It's kind of just the progression. Like, eventually, it's going to progress to a point that maybe it's not funny to me anymore. But I still think he's a hilarious guy. I think he does great comedy. I think the show has some great qualities, and I'm glad that it was renewed for a second season, and I'll be watching it when it comes out. And hopefully it sort of is either up to par, or at least... I don't even want to say bring it to another level, because I don't even know what level he could go to. What other level do you think there is after threesome with Siamese back twin? Like, I don't even want to know what his creative mind can think of after something like that, because that is something never in a million years I thought I would ever see, nor say out loud, I guess I could say. So... Well, we'll see. We'll see. If you made it this far, you are awesome. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it and let YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the other videos in the studio. All of this helps support me and the channel, so it is very appreciated. Whether you're new or returning, thanks for watching. Cheers.